A look at our starters for Portland. We've got Robert Covington. Nurkic is out there with Giles. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. And for Los Angeles, they've got Jackson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2. Now here's Lillard. And that one drops for him. And Doris, tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. Zubac finds Leonard. No good on the 3.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And it's Lillard missing. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court he makes a lot of noise.
Lillard against Zubac. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. That shot off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. George passes to Leonard. It's stolen. Lillard attacking. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now here is George. Leonard with no one around. Goes back up. Morris kicks to George. A 3-pointer, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And finished off by Nurkic.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
And here's George for 3. Outside Leonard. Pass to George. Back to Leonard. Launches a 3. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Covington kicks to Lillard. And the rejection by Leonard.
Well, tremendous intimidation and shot blocking by Kawhi Leonard. How nice is that?
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantry checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Harry Giles. Jones checked in for Robert Covington. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony Simons.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Lillard, the pass to Anthony. A floater, and he sinks the layup.
Boy, that face-up game of Carmelo is a problem. The quick release or attack the rack, forget about it.
Outside Batum, and there's the pass to Beverly. Back to Rondo. Kennard finds Rondo. 5 to shoot. Beverly, the pass to Cousins. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Tips it up. Cousins on the follow.
Well, big frame, great hands, and Cousins a load on the offensive glass.
We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter. And Lillard throws it down.
That's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Here's Rondo after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Passes it to Cousins.
Well, you think back to DeMarcus Cousins' career. Because of his skill set on the low block, he has spent a lot of time at the foul line.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. Portland also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Harry Giles comes in for Anthony. And Norman Powell subbed in for Lillard. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley comes in for Rajon Rondo. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Here's McCollum. Up again, and staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got his second basket.
You know, you have to like the activity from your superstar. Anthony staying involved even off the basketball.
Leonard looking over the floor. Pass to Beverley, and here's Batum. Kicks it out to Leonard. Shoots over Powell. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback style.
Old school basketball.
Now pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's man in at the three, the small forward. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. And that one's good. Leonard.
Well, we know this about Kawhi Leonard. He can score at all three levels, taking advantage of the mid-range game there.
And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Here's Simons, defended by Beverley. And it's Simons missing. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by one. Clippers moving the ball around. Kennard, the pass to Beverley. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. And Marcus Morris subbed in for Kennard. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Norman Powell's checked in for Anthony Simons.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Paul George comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. Now, here's Zubac. And George kicks to Jackson. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
What you love about Enes Kanter to me is every night he's capable of a double-double. He's an efficient low-post scorer and a determined rebounder. This guy can play now. Let's make no mistake.
Now, here's Zubac. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Jackson dishes to George. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
He does not let the duress of that shot clock dwindling down affect his poise. Paul George just so patient.
Inside, stolen by George. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Jackson finds George. Here's Mann. Back to George. Beyond the arc. And Cantor pulls it down. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Clippers trail by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Well, Paul George routinely making these difficult shots look easy. He's showing how dominant he truly is.
Here's McCollum. Paul George making his last shot. And the basket by McCollum.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Pass to Zubac. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. The three from George. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6. We've got 1:13 left in the first half of basketball. It's McCollum with the drive. He kicks to Cantor. The feed now to Carmelo. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Cantor. Giles comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Robert Covington's checked in for Norman Powell. And Lillard subbed in for Jones. Leonard, no luck.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Covington with the bucket.
Really good job by Covington to get good position and finish.
Now here's Leonard. 6 points for him. Kicks it to Beverly. Leonard, the pass to Kennard. The tray. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Leonard.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Here's Giles. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And they go to the intentional foul. Five seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Leonard, that's for 2. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 8 points and 1 rebound. And that
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Paul George really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Trailblazers, Giles is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Simons in at the 2 spot. Stolen by Jackson. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. And that one's good. George.
I really like how Marcus Morris plays within the offense. This guy is so solid at recognizing when he should give it up.
Now here's Lillard. 8 points for him. Leonard with the steal. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. No good. That would have tied it. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard's got the ball. George, no good.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. George looking around. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Excellent offensive positioning from Paul George. Size, length, touch. Beautiful.
Lillard attacking. It's good. Lillard's got 10 points.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Outside, George. And yes, it's good.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
Leonard against Lillard. The pass to Simons. Here's Giles. It's Covington on the wing. Passes to Nurkic. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Harry Giles. And it's Derek Jones in for Robert Covington. Norman Powell's checked in for Portland. McCollum comes in for Lillard.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Now here's McCollum. Kanter finds Jones. Shot clock at 6. Kanter, the pass to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Batum's checked in. Now here is George. He's got 17. Shot is good off the back rim and in. George has got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. McCollum dishes to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
The 3 from George. That one doesn't drop.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
And here we go. Fast break. Cousins has got it. And Cousins throws it down.
Well, in addition to everything else that DeMarcus Cousins brings to the game, he can score for you in transition and put pressure at the rim.
Cullen passes to Anthony. Nice move. Doesn't go that time. Great D that time from Batum. Here's George. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And it's a 4-point Clipper lead.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Jones in the post, defended by Batum, and staying with the play, Anthony.
The timing, the hang time, and the finish. Melo, don't hurt that rim now.
Back to Rondo. Outside, George. Cousins trying to free himself up, and that one is good.
Man, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Anthony against Batum. It's Anthony with the drive, and the rejection by Cousins. And the rejection by Cousins.
DeMarcus Cousins proving you don't have to be a high flyer to block shots. That's about positioning and timing.
There's 10 seconds left in the third. McCollum feeling it out a bit.
Well, this guy is a skilled scorer from that area. Once Enes Kanter gets a little bit of position, he's good.
Here's George. Can't connect. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Batum, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Lillard. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Beverly with the ball. Nurkic with the block. And they'll keep possession. High, arcing shot. Can't get the putback.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
And a deep 3 from George. That one misses. And it's Portland the other way. Here's Covington. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Kennard. Back to Morris. Now here is George. He's guarded closely.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Now here's Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Refuses to let contact deter him from scoring. I'm a fan of Lillard's willingness to challenge defenders.
Here's George. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. George has got 30 points.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
They double him with George. Here's Lillard. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
What strength from Lillard, just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
Nobody near George. And it's off from 3-point range. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard comes in for George.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And, boy, he can strike at any time.
And here's Morris for 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morris has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Leonard against Lillard. Leonard with the steal. Here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Always amongst the league leader in steals, Kawhi Leonard knows how to start a fast break.
And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Clippers leading by 4. Leonard on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by Covington.
Sometimes you just have an off day, and this is one of those games for him.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. George is checked in for Kennard. Cantor is checked in for the Trailblazers. Stolen by Jackson. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And no good. Trailblazers trail by 4. Here's Simons. The shot comes out. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. And that one's good, George.
And when Paul George has this kind of rhythm and pace to his game, you simply want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Lillard from outside. Cantor kicks to Lillard. But they'll get another chance. To the wing right side. Another shot. And he banks it in. Lillard's got 12 now in this quarter.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Pass to Leonard. Plays it up and banks it in. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Covington finds Lillard. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Missed inside. From the arc. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And if you look at the stats for unassisted jump shot percentage, Lillard is always around the top. He can drain those pull-up jumpers as well as anybody in our league.
Now, here's George.
A three and nothing but a three will do here.
You've got to keep your composure and execute to get a quality look from 3.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And stolen by Lillard. And now Portland on the break. Now a timeout called by Portland. They're trailing by 1. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
9 seconds left in the game. And that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2.
Well, you think back to draft day in 2011. It was quiet then. It became loud as his career went on. But the Spurs get the draft rights to Kawhi Leonard on that day for George Hill. Incredible.
Now a timeout called by Portland. They're down by 3. Just 4 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by Zubac. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. All right, David, great job. Thank you. And the starting lineups have concluded. So just... Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on DA. It's all yours.
Kevin, thank you. There is no question.
Indeed. Something special, David. Thanks. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubats in at the 5. And for Dallas, they've got Marjanovic. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Here's Doncic. The Clippers grab the miss. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And it's in there.
You know, Porzingis' game is custom-made for the pick-and-pop stretch big. This guy can do damage from the perimeter.
George passes to Leonard. Back to George. High post, Zubats. George finds Leonard. Shot clock at 2.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Pass to Finney-Smith. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Off target from three-point range.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Outside, George. Puts up a 3. They get it back. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. There's the pass to Zubats. Leonard on the wing. Outside, George. That 3 off the mark. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Here's George. The Mavericks making the shot. Morris, left side. Passes it to Jackson. George against Doncic. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Doncic outside. 1:56 left to play here in the first. Richardson finds Doncic. Here's Porzingis. An easy 2 points on the layup. Porzingis has got his second basket of the game.
You know, Porzingis is a guy who's used to having to fight his way through the defense, and good balance allowed him to do that there.
Now here's Leonard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Back to George. Over Richardson. George, no good. Dallas with the ball. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Finney-Smith, good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Offensive rebound. On the wing, Morris. Pass to Leonard. Second shot opportunity. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Fast break, Dallas. Doncic with it. Guarded now by Morris. Nice shot by Porzingis.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And the dunk by Jackson.
The quickness of Reggie Jackson, terrific. Superb at slicing apart the defense with his drives to the rack.
Doncic looking it over. And here's Porzingis for a three. That one's not going to go. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way.
Yeah, they got that.
Oh!
My goodness.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
And it's Doncic missing.
Putting up a goose egg, bageled this period at this point.
Oh, what a play!
Woo! And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when they need a spark the most.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. It's Dallas. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Beverly in at the two-guard spot.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Rondo against Brunson. Clippers trail by 5. Here's Beverly. That one, no good. Great D that time from Reddick. Maverick shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Here's Powell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Mann's checked in, and George is subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Beverly finds George. Cauley Stein grabs the board.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute them because his shot making is not happening right now.
And G.A., even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward. Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Back to Brunson. To the inside. Here's Cauley Stein. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
George passes to Batum. Back to George. Now here's Batum. Outside for George. Just 5 to shoot.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
George against Brunson. And George kicks to Cousins. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Mavericks leading by 10. Brunson finds Hardaway. The three-pointer, no good. The Clippers have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. And George gets it to go.
Just befuddling body control from George. I mean, taking the hit like a man and still getting all the way to the basket.
It's Redick on the wing. 58 seconds left in the first half of the game. Picked his pocket. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. The 17-footer. Again, the Clippers.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Brunson the pass to Redick. Brunson kicks to foul. Pass to Cauley Stein. And then Cauley Stein with the jam.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Porzingis, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Richardson, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And the pass to Zubac. Outside Leonard. 6 to shoot. Zubac, the pass to Leonard. Count the basket.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Dallas has the edge here at halftime. They have a nice 7-point lead. And that.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Porzingis with a strong contribution so far in this one.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Doncic out there with Richardson. Then there's Marjanovic. Then there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
But only if you grind hard enough to get yourself in tight before the shot goes up, guys. You've got to get your work done before the shot is attempted.
That's it, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from George. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
At 6'10", George is really capable of dominating inside. I mean, defensively, you need to try to push him out of his comfort zone, get him out of that lane area.
Richardson finds Marjanovic. Doncic right side. Again, the Mavericks score.
That is a sweet-looking jumper there, boy. Doncic doesn't need much space or time to get shots off.
Pass to Zubac. Back to Jackson. And here's Leonard. 11 feet away. A rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got his 4th rebound in this one.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Here's Finney-Smith, guarded by Jackson. No good from Finney-Smith.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
To the paint. And the shot goes down.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
There's 1:54 left to play in the third. Fast break, Dallas. Doncic leading the charge. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Doncic has got 4 points in the quarter. George with the bounce pass. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Doncic with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up for the finish. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
George passes to Morris. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
From about 19 feet. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
And after a scoreless first half, you're starting to see signs of life here in the second.
Leonard dishes to Jackson. To end the run. Leonard, no luck.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels. Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be? But so far, that's not been the case.
And they pick up 2. Richardson's got his first bucket of the night.
Boy, Richardson has a sneaky mid-range game, folks. Keeps the defense off balance.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Porzingis. It's his first trip to the line.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line?
And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Doncic left side. 1 second left. And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. And so it's Dallas with an 18. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum, and it's Mann in at the 4 spot.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Rondo passes to Batum. The shot, no good. Cauley Stein with the defensive effort. Ahead, here's Powell, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Batum finds Rondo. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Shot clock at 5. Here's Beverly. Hardaway with the steal. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That is his first foul of the game.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Kennard. And it's George. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
George against Redick.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. George looking over the floor. Cousins finds George. It's George on the wing. George double teamed. Beverly wide open. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Beverly's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, I tell you what, Beverly's really improved as a three-point shooter, as dependable as they come now, shooting from behind the arc.
Brunson with it. He's picked up by Cousins. Basket counts. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now, as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental, and I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
I think one of Paul George's best shots is his pull-up jump shot. He's been destroying defenses for years with that mid-range pull-up.
And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the fourth. Redick dishes to Cauley Stein. He kicks it to Powell. Outside Hardaway. The second chance effort. Good on the bucket.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Mavericks.
The key here, guys, was second chance points.
They pounded the offensive glass and won the scrambles for loose balls, giving them plenty of added opportunity.
George missing again. Mavericks leading by 21. Hardaway passes to Brunson. And the wide open shot from Redick. Nailed from three-point land. Redick's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Boy, the catch and shoot shot doesn't get any better than that. Redick on the money, ATM time.
That one goes. Count it.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
And George with this stuff.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Cauley Stein in the post. Cousins is there. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Hardaway, no good. Outside, George. Kept alive. And Cousins kicks to George. That doesn't go either for George. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for
CLA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We bring you tonight into... And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington out there with Giles. Then there's Jusuf Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2-guard.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
That shot, no good. And the call will be against Jusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. Chris, it doesn't matter if they're two of the best teams in the league or the two worst. When these guys get together, these rivals, it's always fun.
Yeah, Kevin, you're so right. When it's a conference rivalry, that's even better. They know each other so well, and that doesn't make them friends.
The drive by Doncic, and it's blocked by Covington. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Passes it to Nurkic. Here is Lillard for the 3. Covington with it. Now guarded by Porzingis, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Richardson the pass to Doncic. Trying to find Marjanovic. Gets it over to him. Count that one.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Lillard against Doncic. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Portland shooting their first free throw of the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throw.
Now, here's Doncic. Inside. Here's Marjanovic. That one falls. Marjanovic has got his second bucket.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Doncic against Lillard. Simons surveying the D. And the layup's good off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's Marjanovic. And Doncic. Here we go. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Lillard up top. Lets a floater go. The rim-rattling two-handed jam. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now, here's Doncic. Count it.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Here's Simons. Covington in the corner. Pass to Giles. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
And Portland has possession. The Mavericks making the shot. Here's Simons. Lays it up off the glass.
Realizing when the defenders have overcommitted, like how Nurkic looks to hit the open man.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. 1:09 left to play in the first. Now the pass to Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith. The shot, no good. Now Portland takes it the other way. For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Down low, here's Mariano. Oh, look at him fly!
Get out the way!
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Lillard scanning the floor. Timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And the Mavericks with some changes. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. And here's McCollum for 3. The Trailblazers rebound. That's tipped. Anthony kicks to McCollum. And it's off from three-point range. Mavericks leading by 3. It's Powell on the wing. Outside for Redick. 4 seconds left. On the wing, Hardaway. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Mavericks ahead, up. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked about it.
I know that when the main guy
he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Anthony, and it's Cantor in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. They grabbed their own miss. Second chance shot. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Crafty pump fake by Cantor right there. Outwitted the defender and won himself a trip to the line.
Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids. You're right. Here's Brunson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. He dishes it to Powell. Over Anthony. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Lillard. Up and in on the layup. Lillard's got the lead up to 1 now for the Trailblazers.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
Hardaway goes in. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
And stolen by Redick. Here's Brunson. Finished off the break. And now it's a 3-point Maverick lead.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
Well, you can't give any lane to the basket. Once Lillard sees it, he jumps all over.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think it was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo had to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. But he clearly has something left to offer.
Powell, he's checked in for Lillard. And Dallas with a change here, too. Trey Burke's checked in for Jalen Brunson. Here's McCollum. They get it again. Pass to Powell. Kicks it out to McCollum. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Burke. Portland no good that time either.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they could do is try to get him more easy looks.
Here's Powell. He gets that one. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
To the middle. Here's Anthony. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
Burke, the pass to Redick. 3-pointer. Here's Powell. Feeds it to Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Back to McCollum. Cantor trying to free himself up.
And he's still scoreless in the quarter. They might need to go to a plan B to help him get his confidence.
And there's Redick. That's good on the assist from Cauley-Stein.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass. Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Norkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Giles comes in for Carmelo Anthony. Robert Covington's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Derek Jones. The putback, it's rebounded by Doncic. Dallas leading by 5. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. The offensive rebound.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to fend guys off and get those rebounds.
Here's Covington. The shot misses. Nice D from Doncic. Here's Richardson. And that'll do it for the first half.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. The period came to a close with them hoping. And that'll...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
On the floor for Dallas, we've got Josh Richardson.
Oh! Oh! Tell us how you really feel
about that finish.
Oof. Well, a big reason Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there, staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chances.
And Doncic, here we go. And the dunk by Doncic.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
What a performer this guy is. He relishes the chance to hammer it down.
Back to Lillard. And that one drops.
Pick and roll master. You got to respect how decisive Lillard is. I mean, he often makes great decisions.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. No good on the triple. Trailblazers trail by 3. Covington into the lane. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
You can learn a lot by watching him operate in their offense.
Portland trailing here. Here is Lillard. 13 points in the game. To the inside, Nurkic. Porzingis with the block. Doncic outside. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Offensive rebound. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his 3rd foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Enes Kanter comes in for Giles. And Anthony subbed in for Robert Covington. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Here's Lillard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
So crafty when driving to the rim. Whether it's scoring or getting to the line, Lillard simply makes the play.
Derek Jones, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Collin comes in for Anthony Simons. Then for the Mavericks, Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Marjanovic. And it's Burke in for Richardson. And here's Doncic from the arc. Sinks the triple. Doncic has got the lead up to 6 now for the Mavs.
His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D is struggling to keep up.
Lillard dishes to Kanter. Kicks to Carmelo. All alone. And he gets the jumper to drop.
Well, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Kanter. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Doncic passes to Brunson. Makes it off the glass.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. 6-point game. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Over Brunson. Kanter. It's good on the putback.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Brunson the pass to Doncic. Stolen by Kanter. Jones with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Lobs it up for Kanter.
Oh, good interior offense. Those passes have to be right on target.
Dallas has gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the 3rd. Doncic outside. And stolen by Lillard. Anthony, the pass to Kanter. No good on that one. For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Porzingis, and it's sent back by Lillard. The Trailblazers have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the 3rd quarter. Doncic with the steal. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Moving it up. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one's on Anthony.
At 7'3", Porzingis is almost impossible to guard, especially when he's focusing on trying to score.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Simons is checked in, and then for Dallas, Dwight Powell's checked in for Hardaway. Richardson comes in for Luka Doncic, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Burke. And it's Lillard missing. Redick surveying the D. Here's Porzingis over Anthony, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
And at 7'3", Porzingis could have been just another big, but he defies expectations. He's got such an impressive array of abilities.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Giles is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard position. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Lillard with it, and it's Richardson picking him up. Lillard the pass to Covington. Doncic left side. Shoots over Covington. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And it's 13 points for Luka Doncic. Lillard against Doncic. From deep three-point range. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Damian Lillard.
Lillard's so focused, even from way outside. He knows he can still make these shots.
Doncic outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Lillard's hops. I mean, this guy has some sick dunks up his sleeve.
Dallas leading by 5. Doncic feeling it out. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
He's been a different player since halftime. Coming on strong now.
Doncic against Lillard. No good on the 3. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. Offline with his 3. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. And he's going up for the alley-oop, and stolen by Richardson. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Porzingis against Covington. Outside, Porzingis, pass to Richardson. Just 5 on the clock. Over Giles, and it's Dallas with another.
The consistency of Richardson's shooting is just impressive. Defense can't allow him mid-range looks.
And Lillard gets double-teamed. Nurkic bounce pass, and stolen by Richardson. Here's the break. And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Well, no excuse letting Richardson get this close. I mean, you deserve to get dunked on when you give him this position.
Lillard from outside. Good on the 3-point shot. Lillard's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the 4th for Portland.
Oh, he just caught the defense napping. He shoots a very high percentage from 3-point range, and there's no hand in his face.
Doncic outside. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Finney-Smith kicks to Doncic. His 3-pointers off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 10. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. He drops the first one, and that brings them within single digits. Cantor, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Doncic. Shoots over Covington. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Oh, I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Here's Doncic. And foul. And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
A good league is even better with excellent work at the stripe.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And clutch is Lillard's middle name. Time and time again. This guy comes through for his squad.
Cauley Stein passes to Finney-Smith. On the wing, Doncic. Fires the 3. Misses the shot. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. They break the hearts of every fan. And the Blazers couldn't have looked any sharper as they came through the tunnel. Every home game's a reason to get dressed up for these guys. Looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight, some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. And good that time. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
George with the ball. Now defended by McCollum. George. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Lillard outside. Drops in the layup for 2.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 4-point game. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
Lillard surveying the D. Pass to Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
I mean, beautiful execution of the game plan offensively. So far, they are hitting 80% from the field.
Now here's Jackson. Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Robert Covington picks one up.
The rare guy who can do everything at both ends. Paul George gives you a chance to win every night. He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
McCollum outside. The 3. They get it back. Nurkic. Pass to Powell. The 3 ball. Morris with the rebound. The second effort. The putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
McCollum against George. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Now, here is George. He's got 8. He dishes it to Morris. Clippers moving the ball around. George looking over the floor. A 3-pointer off the mark.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
And for a point guard, Lillard has some hops. Outstanding at knowing when to use them for the dunk.
Here's Jackson. After the Trailblazers pick up 2. Leonard, no luck. And it's McCollum off the drive. Puts it up from 7. Lillard misses. Clippers trail by 6. Kicks it out to Leonard. There's the dish to Jackson. George against McCollum. A nice shot by George. George has got 10 points.
Trying to slice into this deficit every time up the floor. Terrific quarter for him.
McCollum outside. The pass to Nurkic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
A physical big. Nurkic embracing, going up and attracting the contact when he's trying to score.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. No good from Cousins.
He looked just a little out of rhythm. He's still trying to establish consistency from there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
77% shooter at the line a season ago. Those are better than average numbers.
Here's Leonard. Can't hit from in close. That will count. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that does it for the first quarter. Trailblazers. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is...
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, and any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
We've got Anthony. Also, Enes Kanter out there. Derek Jones is out there with Powell. And it's Simons in at the point guard. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Simons surveying the D. Anthony against Batum. Pass to Simons. There's the three. And that one is off. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Batum passes to Mann. Poked away. And again, the Clippers turn it over.
Yeah, just not on the same page. Unfortunate, wasted possession.
Trailblazers leading by 6. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Here's Simons. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
First one falls for him. And George drops them both. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Here's Simons. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
For Portland, they have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Outside, George.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Floats one up. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And it's George missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Anthony's shot is off. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 9 points, and he gets it to go.
One thing about Kawhi, when he's driving, he eats up real estate fast with those long strides.
Here's Simons. He's got 5. Powell, the pass to Simons. And that one is stuffed right through.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now here's Leonard. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Simons, the pass to Anthony. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now here's Leonard. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. The Trailblazers have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. Free throw good, Nurkic.
You know, it took Nurkic a while to kind of establish himself as a starting center in the NBA, but it didn't take long to see it's a role he deserves.
Yes, smart choice. I really like that play.
Outside Leonard. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Covington into the lane. Good work there as it goes. Covington's got the lead up to 11 now for Portland.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Outside Leonard. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Nurkic.
What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night. I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch, but right now, he's hurting the team.
Good.
You see the quickness of Beverly, blinding speed in the inside.
Trailblazers leading by 9. Lillard outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Now Beverly laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
I like seeing Patrick Beverly attack the interior. Sometimes he becomes too perimeter oriented.
Lillard from outside. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Leonard attacking. Gets a hand on it. Lillard with the rebound. So we've reached the end of the first half of... All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. Portland was looking great right away. They were able to stretch out their lead to 8 points. And that...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson, then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And here is Los Angeles now. Portland making their last shot. Here's George, pass to Zubac. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Lillard from outside. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Portland leading by 7. Here's Nurkic. And the rejection by Zubac. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. And Los Angeles with some changes. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
And here are the Clippers now. After the miss from Damian Lillard. Outside Rondo. Here's Mann. Guarded by Powell. Clock is at 3. First minute and a half of basketball here in the 3rd quarter. From deep. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
Just a load. I mean, at 7 feet, Nurkic also moves well. And that combo gets him to the line a bunch.
A different look now for Portland. Cantor checked in for Robert Covington. Jones comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Now, here's George. 12 points for him. From downtown, here's Zubac. And the layup's good off the glass. Zubac has got 4 points in the quarter.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Clippers trail by 7. Kennard kicks to Batum. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Carmelo Anthony is checked in for the Trailblazers. Pass to Simons. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And the defense knows he's relentless. You have to try and match that intensity.
Now, here's Kennard. No points in the game yet for him. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Here's Kennard. If you go a step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Here's McCollum. Following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Over Kennard. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Cousins has got 6 rebounds in the game. Batum dishes to Cousins. The pass to Kennard. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Over McCollum. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Kennard. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Anthony in the corner. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Right side, Leonard. Batum trying to break loose. And Leonard gets it to go.
I love it, Kawhi. When you have skills from the mid-range, you don't need to force anything.
Leonard against McCollum. Passes it to Jones. Portland needs to get off a shot. Here's Anthony. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Up top, Leonard. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
McCollum against George. And that one is good. McCollum's got his first 2 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And here's George. Tries again. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from Zubats.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
And when you think of...
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Lillard attacking. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
George against McCollum. Count it. George has got 6 here in this quarter. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. Leonard against Lillard. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
If the keys to your offense are in Lillard's hands, you're going to be in pretty good shape. Check out how well he runs the pick and roll there. That's just a perfect way to play.
It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down now to just 6 on the basket from George.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Lillard with it. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. And Covington with the basket on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game. Outside, George. Morris finds George. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
So far, George's competitive play has worked well. He's getting just about everything to fall.
Lillard outside. To the paint, stolen by Zubats. They're running. Here's Leonard. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And now just a 4-point Portland lead. Lillard, bounce pass. Foul with it. Guarded now by Morris. Covington lays it up off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
From deep, George. Here's Zubats. Count it, and the foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
He got the ball in perfect position, went up over the smaller defender, and laid it in for a big bucket.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Panthers checked in. The Clippers also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Marcus Morris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson.
And they needed that free throw to fall, and he knew it. Huge shot to make it a one-possession game.
Lillard, the pass to Cannon. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 5 assists in the game.
And his teammates love it. Canner taking charge on a huge possession. You can just see him brimming with confidence, not afraid of the big moment.
Outside Leonard on deep. And again, no good by the Clippers.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
And George kicks to Leonard. It counts. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Trying to ice this one, Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
Lillard against Leonard. Lillard dishes to Covington. Canner in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. A reverse. It's good.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
They don't want to leave no chance for a comeback. Just focus on playing the right way.
Laces one from 3.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
Now, we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Richardson. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. And for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. Passes to Leonard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. That tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series. Finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
And here are the Mavericks now, following the miss by Marcus Morris from deep. Porzingis can't hit. Morris against Porzingis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Porzingis.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Leonard against Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Here's Leonard. He claims that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Leonard's got his second bucket of the game to go. For Dallas, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Doncic feeling it out. Richardson attacking. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Even when Richardson's getting knocked around a little bit, he can still finish, especially when he's going straight to the rim.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Here's Doncic, following the basket by Marcus Morris. Porzingis on the follow.
Maybe a little more fundamental with positioning there to be ready for that offensive rebound. Porzingis, some extra effort on the offensive glass that time.
Now here is George. From deep three-point range, sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. This tug-of-war game continues.
And guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Doncic outside. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Pretty unselfish play there, right? Porzingis finding the open man, and he's more and more comfortable and more aware of everything going on around him.
Now here's Leonard. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Richardson gets a wide open look, and he overshot that one, missing.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
The 3 from George. It's hauled in by Richardson. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Marjanovic with it, guarded now by Jackson. No good from Finney Smith.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
George passes to Morris. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Takes a shot at the elbow. Nice jump shot. Good. George has got 5 now.
Well, when Paul George has that kind of length and then has the high release point that he does, very few people are going to get to it to block a mid-range jumper like that.
And Doncic throws it down.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Mike Powell comes in for Porzingis. Hardaway's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Rondo kicks to Cousins. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
Just great confidence from Cousins there. Once he gets the ball, he's immediately looking to pull the trigger.
Doncic against Rondo. Shoots from 14. Doncic, no good. Beverly dishes to Batum. Here's Cousins. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. The Clippers on top. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
We've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverly out there with Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Oturu in at the power forward position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Nobody near left.
Oh, yikes. Look out below. About that finish.
Yeah, it's all Boogie right there on the inside. The shot goes up. He knows where he needs to be and settles in nicely.
Now here's Powell. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Runs in the pass to Cauley-Stein. Picked him clean. The pass to Oturu. Now here's Kennard. 16 feet away. No good that time. Outside Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr. is just a tremendous athlete. He spots a great route to the rim and doesn't settle.
Pass to Beverly. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Cousins on the follow. Cousins has got the lead up to 3 now for Los Angeles.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Trey Burks checked in for Jalen Brunson. Now Hardaway. They grab their own miss.
Talk often about physicality of bigger players. Cauley-Stein, one of those guys who fits into that category.
Beverly looking around. And Cousins kicks to Batum. Back to Cousins. Clock at 6. Batum dishes to Cousins. Batum passes to Cousins. Over Cauley-Stein. Misses off the right iron.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
Redick for 3. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got his 4th rebound in this one. Down low. Passes it to Beverly. Here's Mann. Fires from deep. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Now here is Hardaway. Ollie Stein in the post. Kennard covering. And they pick up 2.
Ollie Stein shooting with confidence that close around the rim.
Clippers trail by 3. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Cousins kicks to Beverly. Pass to Mann. Powell against Batum. And there's the pass to Beverly. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Here's Mann. And again, no good by the Clippers. Mavericks leading by 3. Ollie Stein in the post. Cousins is there. Ollie Stein's shot is good.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Pass to Cousins. There's 42 seconds left now here in the second. Kennard's shot is off.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Dives for it. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. 29 seconds left in the first half. Here's Richardson. Dallas again missing. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 5. And the shot goes down. Leonard's got 6.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Doncic against Leonard. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Can't hit from the elbow.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Some good action during the period as it... And...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic, and there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Now here's Leonard. Defense is right there. Zubac kicks to Morris. And he uses the glass on the layup. Morris has got his second bucket.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you inside, outside, and in transition.
Here's Doncic. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
Morris, no good.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
And it's good for 2. Porzingis has got the lead up to 5 now for the Mavs.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Back to Morris. It's stolen by Marjanovic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
All the officials are all over that one.
Dallas shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line, so that's a nice all-around effort.
And the Clippers making a change here. Rondo's checked in. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Dallas. Jackson passes to Rondo. Morris outside. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Morris has got 7 points in the game. Mavericks leading by 4. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And it's in there. 11 points in the game.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Dwight Powell comes in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Doncic. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Josh Richardson.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
George looking around. Up top, Cousins. Redick against George.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
Hardaway passes to Cauley-Stein. That drops and it comes off the assist from Hardaway.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And George kicks to Jackson. George against Redick. And George, here we go. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Cousins on the stick back. Tenacious job rebounding and then a monster mash on the rim.
Brunson against Jackson. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
George dishes to Jackson. Looking for George. He gets it there. Count it. Good. George has got 7 points.
Paul George showing his offensive confidence right there. Just letting that one go as soon as it touches his hands.
Brunson up top. Guarded by Jackson. Hardaway. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback. He's got 8.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Jackson looking around. Back to George. Over Redick. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Brunson kicks to Hardaway. 11 seconds left here in the third quarter. Hardaway. Great positioning on the putback. Hardaway has got the lead up to 12 now for the Mavs.
Any coach likes it when a guard gets in there and stays active on the glass. Hardaway Jr. did it that time.
The 3 from George. And that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. And so it's Dallas enjoying a 12-point lead as they... And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Ivica Zubac, Luke Kennard out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Batum in at the 4 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Leonard. Passes it to Zubac. Left side, Batum. A 3 from Leonard. Porzingis with the rebound.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Beverly against Richardson. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Hits it from 3-point range. Kennard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now, here's Doncic from deep. Batum grabs the miss.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up, so maybe just a step too far. Well, he's using the force, but in the worst way possible right now. He just needs to dial it back and look to work the ball around the floor to his teammates.
Porzingis inside. Kennard covering. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, Porzingis read that extremely well. He recognized right away he was going to get that shot.
Pass to Leonard. Lets it go with a three. Can't hit that one. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Porzingis feeling it out a bit. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Misses the chippy right there. Clippers trail by 16. Batum passes to Leonard. Shoots over Doncic. And it's Leonard again missing.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
And that one's good. Burke. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And Beverly kicks to Zubats. Outside, Batum. Here's Leonard. That one drops for him.
Got to do your best to root and push and shove Kawhi Leonard outside of the paint. He's just too strong and too skilled on the inside, and then he starts to get comfortable.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Batum grabs the miss. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. It's a 16-point game. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Now here's Burke, defended by Beverly.
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. You have to have a body on him every time he's down there.
Zubats the pass to Beverly. Back to Zubats. Clippers moving the ball around. Just 4 to shoot. Richardson against Leonard.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Here's Richardson. Good on the 13-footer. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Mavericks.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Luka Doncic.
Well, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Burke, the pass to Richardson. Back to Burke. Outside, Porzingis. From deep three-point range. It's hauled in by Beverly. Leonard looking over the floor. Jacks up a three. That shot is off. So no problem for Dallas as they get. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The sprawling metropolis of Dallas. And nothing.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. We've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Giles. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Simons in at the 2. And for the Mavericks, they've got Marjanovic. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Now, here's Doncic. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Here's Lillard. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. Richardson left side. And no good that time. The Trailblazers have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Simons, the pass to Giles. Hits. Count that one from Nurkic.
Wow, they finally get it to go down on their 4th try.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Now Doncic fires for 3. The rebound by Simons.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Here's Lillard. The shot, no good. Nice D from Doncic. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Here's Doncic. Portland making their last shot. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, the hoop and the harm. Luka Doncic, the finish, and he'll get an opportunity to add to that.
Dallas shooting their first free throw this game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Lillard misses.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
And that one's good. Doncic.
Listen, this guy has off-the-charts basketball IQ. Luka Doncic understands when to get into that pull-up game.
Now, here's Lillard. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
It took him a while, but he finally gets one to fall.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Pass to Finney-Smith. Inside, here's Marjanovic. Yep, it counts.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor checked in for Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Harry Giles. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony Simons. Kept alive. Marjanovic passes to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
You have got to commend Powell on his positioning. I tell you, he buries himself deep, and he's going to sky for that slam dunk.
McCollum against Brunson. Lillard from outside. It's good from long range. Lillard's got 5.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Mavericks leading by 3. We've got 1:13 left here in the opening quarter. Hardaway finds Brunson. Back to Hardaway. Nice shot from the wing.
You can see the kind of confidence Hardaway has in his shot. This guy is so fluid in the catch-and-shoot situations.
Lillard dishes to Cantor. It's McCollum on the wing. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up.
Never seems to shy away from playing in attack mode. McCollum likes to keep the pressure on the D.
Here's Brunson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Here's Lillard. It's rebounded by Brunson.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Jones against Hardaway. Got a piece of it. Stolen by McCollum. Outside Anthony. And a wide open look for McCollum. And so the first quarter is in the books. The Mavericks on top. They lead by 5. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
Jalen Brunson out there with Trey Burke. Then there's Cauley Stein. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Powell in at the 4th. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much.
And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Dwight Powell. Luka Doncic comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Richardson in for Jalen Brunson. The shot's good.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
Dallas leading by 3. Doncic kicks to Burke. Doncic looking it over. Excellent D from Cantor.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And that one's good. Burke. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And here's McCollum for 3. Burke grabs the miss. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. To the middle, here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
This incredible confidence that Luka Doncic possesses, my goodness.
A 3 from McCollum. Tipped away. Now the pass to Simons. Porzingis with the block. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Burke. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Enes Kanter. And Harry Giles subbed in for Anthony. And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Richardson the pass to Finney-Smith. That one goes. Counted. Finney-Smith's got the lead up to 7 now for Dallas. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention. Doncic dishes to Richardson. Six to shoot. No good on that one. And it's Portland the other way. Here's McCollum. And it's blocked. One-on-one fast break. Here's Doncic. They get it back. That one misses. Trailblazers trail by 5. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
And here is Doncic. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. 40 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Down low, Marjanovic, and Marjanovic with the slam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
McCollum against Richardson. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Now, here's Lillard. And so it's Dallas in the driver's seat. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. The largest lead they had was 6 in the... And that's a wrap with the third quarter of...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Portland, we've got Robert Covington. Nurkic is out there with Giles. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Simons in at the two-guard spot.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protecting. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Cauley Stein's checked in.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Richardson the pass to Doncic. Over Lillard. And Dallas again with the bucket.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Lillard against Doncic. Here's Giles. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Well, this speaks to the feel that Kristaps Porzingis has for the game of basketball. If you're open, he'll find you.
Doncic against Lillard. Puts it up from 12. Covington. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Dallas leading by 10. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Here's Richardson. Lays it up and banks it in. Richardson's got 7 points in the game.
You know, Kristaps Porzingis is a fundamentally sound basketball player. He has great understanding for when to shoot and when to pass.
And it's Lillard missing.
Now, I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Cauley-Stein's shot is good.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Lillard surveying the D. And stolen by Cauley-Stein. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Out to Doncic. Misses the three.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Kicks it out to Lillard. And he's good on the 3-ball. He's got 12.
Well, after netting one in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
Doncic with it. He's got 15. To the inside, Richardson. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game. Trailblazers trail by 13. Lillard outside. Porzingis with the block.
This guy's showing great potential as a rim protector. Porzingis a threat to block shots anywhere, anytime.
And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Lillard with the bucket.
Challenging this D with the 3-ball. That's his second from distance this half. And he also hit one in the first half, too.
Now, Doncic. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. Doncic has got 18 points.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Fast break, Dallas. Here's Finney-Smith. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Cantor, the pass to Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Boy, I love seeing Cantor distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
Pass to Hardaway. Shoots the 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 4th rebound in this one. And it's Anthony with the jam.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Brunson scanning the floor. Shoots over Lillard. Missed. And so it's Dallas. Looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Reggie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Marjanovic is out there with Dwight Powell. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for the Mavericks. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Simons, he's checked in for Powell. Brunson against Lillard. Porzingis kicks to Brunson. From outside, off the mark. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. It's a 13-point game.
Boy, Cantor is a big-time target. Sometimes just throw it toward the rim. He'll take care of the rest.
They've shared the load offensively.
And, guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Anthony, he gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
The speed of Carmelo Anthony can catch you off guard. You know, you don't expect it from a player his size.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Here's Brunson, and he banks in the layup.
Well, easy money, right? I like the strategy. Go inside, get a high percentage look.
Trailblazers trail by 11. Lillard outside. Shoots over Brunson, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Outside, Redick. And the dunk by Porzingis.
How about the height and the length and the athleticism of Kristaps Porzingis? Barely has to jump to throw that down.
Lillard fires away from way outside. No good with the triple. Dallas leading by 11. Marjanovic passes to Redick. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Off target from outside. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And it's Simons missing. Dallas has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. And it's Lillard missing. For Dallas, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. The shot by Redick, no good.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back. Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. Richardson, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Nurkic checked in for Enes Kanter. Harry Giles comes in for Anthony. And Robert Covington subbed in for Jones.
And I think, guys, over time, you would anticipate Luka Doncic becoming more and more of a leader. This guy is so fun to watch from a skill perspective.
Here's Lillard. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Here's Simons. Richardson covering. 5 to shoot. Here's Lillard. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard. And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Mavericks.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Luka Doncic.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
They get the rebound.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by Doncic, and it's blocked.
Powell is exceptional at timing for blocks, rises up and sends it back.
15 seconds left in the fourth. Powell, that's good.
Yeah, surprised he doesn't have more shot attempts. He's been accurate. You'd think he'd want to take control now with them behind.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Had the space there, but it's offline. No good. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. Some good moments throughout this one.